The spine is an integral part to the human body. The spinal cord, which runs down the length of the back, is essential in communication between the entire body and the brain. The discs in between each vertebrae of the back consist of gel nuclei and an annulus, which is an outer ring of tissue. When repeated stress or a bad fall injures this part of the back, the annulus may tear, allowing the gel to protrude out and put pressure around the spine and the nerves in the spinal cord. Whenever the gel protrudes like that, it doesn't allow as much cushion between each vertebrae. When not taken care of, this can worsen and have more permanent effects such as numbness and partial paralysis. Almost all those who suffer from herniated discs experience pain or an inability to walk or run for extended periods of time or do other weight-bearing activities such as lifting ladders.
The initial design process was a very difficult one. We were deciding whether to initially raise the ladders over the truck. We didn't know whether to go with garage door rails or some other product. In the end, we went with garage door rails because that was the most efficient and the best solution. The other problem was either going from the back of the truck or the side of the truck. The back of the truck gave us more room, but it had doors that we needed to access, so we couldn't do that, so we went with the side. Other problem was having a power source for the motor. We came up with a battery that's amphibious, so it can go in rain, water, snow, all the environments. We went with a winch to power the system. It could pull 3,000 pounds, so it was a great efficiency. We went with 80/20 product to attach the ladders to the garage door rails to securely fit it onto the truck. Finally, we went with a spring-loaded tubes to project the ladders back down over the edge with a mount to raise the motor up so it could have an angle so it would fall down more steeply.
Now obviously we couldn't use a van, so instead we built a frame out of wood. Now it can split in half right here by design, and it is the part of the van that the Esca-Ladder would function on.
Okay, as you can see here, this is a simplified diagram of our contraption. And this is a person actually lifting a ladder. Assuming that the person stays constant, holds the ladder at a constant angle of 75 degrees, let's say, and lifts the ladder straight up. From my calculations, that would take 139.9 foot-pounds of work. That's the same as moving 139.9 pounds through 1 foot. Now, taking into account that this person has a back problem, this can be very difficult and very painful. Here's the calculations for the Esca-Ladder. Now, lifting the ladder and sliding the ladder onto a rack that holds the ladder only takes about 39.86 foot-pounds of work. That is significantly less compared to the 139.9 foot-pounds of work. So that is much less stress on the person trying to load the ladder.
After we constructed the prototype of the Esca-Ladder, we encountered several problems while testing. First of which, we did not have these two rails attached to each other. This is separated by a length of cord, and when we took it up top, it dragged on the top of the van. We solved this by connecting the two, and therefore making a more stable system.
Where the user could get hurt was something falling on them. So initially, like when the user is picking up a ladder and putting it on the Esca-Ladder, we wanted to include very large brackets. We included adjustable locks so that the ladder would not fall off the machine. And also, once the ladder gets on top of the truck, the winch locks in place, so it's sure to be secure. We made sure that all materials were rust resistant to prevent mechanical failure. We made sure to include a remote control so that the user could stand at a distance from the machine.
Probably the most important aspect about the Esca-Ladder is the fact that it's very marketable to the general public. The Esca-Ladder can be used by all professionals. The Esca-Ladder can also be used as a preventative measure for people who want to avoid the risk of injury or for people that may not be tall enough to get the ladders on top of their truck.